hopefully everyone can see my screen. Um, this is our standard Sunday meeting for the DiscoBots that we're going to do every weekend. We find that this is a very helpful way to get everyone informed of what's going to happen this week and to kind of recap what we've done so far. So feel free to kind of put up your things that you want to talk about, and we can get them prepared before these meetings start, especially if you have a lot you want to present, so we can kind of give you that allocated time. But for now, I'm just kind of going to go high level, just so everyone's on the same page. Here's kind of an introduction, the meeting schedule, the event schedules, the different sub-teams we'll have, a little bit about procurement, open alliance, awards, some other things, and then I think we need to have a strategy. Okay, so let's talk about schedules. This is the part that until we get going here, everyone has to find out the details, because once we get a routine, it would be pretty normal. But right now, I think we're still working on this. West Side people, feel free to correct me on what your schedules will be at. I don't think I have the exact times or dates. I know for Lamar, they have Tuesday and Thursday 4 to 6:30.
We added a Friday as well.
And Fridays, yeah. So I don't know. The Friday I think will be kind of like probably not like early on, but will be kind of announced season, or let's just call it later season. Probably like February timeframe. We'll see. The point here is that a lot of things are going to happen at Lamar, but Westside has a full shop and a full set of students, so they do a lot of things at their school as well. For people that aren't from one of those schools, I encourage you to try to make it to Lamar. But if Westside's closer, then that's fine too. Both of those schools will have the majority of activities of what we need to do for the season in terms of equipment and people that are knowledgeable. The ones that won't will be Carnegie, and that's okay. We still encourage Carnegie to meet. They're going to have their own meetings after school, definitely on Wednesdays, and we want to get them on the same page. But they don't have equipment, they don't have tools there, so it's a different setup. And same with the Bakey. We haven't really worked with the Bakey very much, so we're kind of figuring all that stuff out as we go. And I think it's going to be a pretty small group of people there. But anyway, that's kind of the general schedule. The most important day is Saturdays. We really like to be at Lamar together on Saturdays. If we need to do a shift where we call Saturday at Westside, we can do that, but we just need to kind of plan that out if we're going to go that route. Event schedules, obviously every Saturday is the important one, and we're pretty much going all the way through March. So by the time April hits, we'll probably not have Saturday meetings unless for some reason we get into World Championship, then we will, because World Championship goes all the way to the middle of April. But kind of just plan on Saturdays. If you can make it, not everyone will make every Saturday, but if you can, you're going to have a lot more activity, a lot more involvement on the team if you can make those Saturdays. For people doing VEX, we have to kind of work around the VEX schedule a little bit because it will slow us down. February 24th is state championship, so we will have a lot of our students at that date. And then spring break is pretty important. It's kind of a whole week for Houston ISD. And we're going to do a lot of scrimmages where we can't get into the school, but we're going to definitely have the robot, and we'll be meeting somewhere, probably at a different location that we'll announce. The events are going to be Houston and Friendswood, which is week 4 and week 5. It's kind of the naming scheme, which is back-to-back weekends, 23rd, 28th. And then if we qualify, the state championship will be April 7th, which is the next weekend. So it'll be like 3 weekends in a row of competitions.
I think that during the spring break, most of the people that do VEX at Lamar, we will not be available since we have nationals for VEX.
Yeah, I mean, stuff happens. It's okay. I know that there's other activities, especially a lot of people have different plans in spring break. We'll make a way to make it work. We're definitely not going to stop though, because it'll be right in the heart of competition where we need to get our robot ready. So we have a lot of kids on the team. We'll try to work around the schedule as best we can. And then if we qualify at state championship to world championship, which is also in Houston, that'll be April 21st, and then it's really not relevant, but Vex Worlds is after that. So sub teams. We talked a little bit about programming, and we had this conversation with some people this weekend. I encourage people that have Java experience to look at programming if they want to do that. If you don't have a lot of Java background and you've never really programmed before, it's going to be difficult for you to just jump into it in a few weeks because we're on a pretty tight timeline. So it's kind of a prereq to have that to do it, and you want to set it up on your computer, and we'll kind of put that in Slack in the details. So let me know, reach out to me if you want to do programming, and let's make sure everyone's getting their set up, and that'll be kind of the baseline to see if you're ready is getting it set up on your personal computer where you can build the code, that kind of thing. Similar thing with CAD. You should have some sort of CAD environment on Onshape is going to be our preferred thing for the robot CAD, but I know some people are very talented at Fusion, and they can make parts on Fusion. We've made that work as well. Those are both pretty competent CAD programs. So feel free to have your program set up, and if you get it set up and working, that'll kind of give you the ticket to work with the CAD team. Now, there's a lot of people that won't fit in either of those boxes, and we'll find things for you to do. There's kind of just a general mechanical team that has to be building a lot of things, and so people just show up and we'll find things to build and work on, and that becomes kind of a very important part that everybody has to be involved in to get the robot finished. So we'll find places, and then there's also things that are non-robots, and we'll talk about some of the non-robot stuff that can be done anywhere. It doesn't have to be during the build meetings. Things like backup parts, organizing parts, figuring out what to order. That takes a lot of legwork, and it doesn't necessarily have to happen at the school. Let's talk about Slack. That's our main communication tool. Most of you are aware of it. If you probably couldn't find this meeting without it, so I'm sure you guys all have used it. Double check your notifications. Make sure you get your phone settings so you can get the notifications in a timely manner. We have school channels for each school. That's pretty important. Like if you're going to Lamar, you can ping the Lamar channel and say I'm here, or you can ping someone in the Lamar channel to see if they can let you in the building. I find that this is more helpful than pinging like our entire general channel, because the general channel is going to have over 100 people in it, and I would imagine only like 10 or 15 of those will be at whatever school that you're at that time. So try not to ping 100 people so you can get in the door. Ping one of the school channels or ping somebody directly with a message. Same thing with Carnegie and Westside. People can cross channels with these schools, but I really want the schools to talk a little bit amongst themselves on those channels. For more general things, CAD, we'll have a specific channel for CAD, for coding, probably another channel for like GitHub updates. And Crescendo is kind of our main discussion channel, so for strategy and what's going on with the game, try to post things in there. And then Crescendo Media is going to be for just photos, videos, things that we can log, kind of things in our season. Really shouldn't have a lot of discussion in that channel. Procurement is organizing parts, ordering parts. You're welcome to join these channels. You have to be in every one of these channels, but it's helpful so you can kind of track to know what's going on. And then we're going to be adding more channels on websites, branding, awards. We won't have everybody in there, and if you're not interested in some of these things, that's okay. You don't have to be in every channel. But if you want to know what's going on, feel free to jump in there. You can always come in later and learn. It's kind of up to you. Open Alliance. So this is just how we update everybody in the community, beyond our team, of what we're doing. So we post things on a website that gives updates, and then we also post like photos and links to videos. We'll post like a recording of this meeting. So we'll try to keep a lot of people aware, even people that are all over the country. that are just curious what we're doing. The Discord that they have set up for Open Alliance is a specific server that we pretty much just post updates there as well, and we can see all the other teams' updates. Not necessarily everyone needs to be on this, but if you want to, come talk to me and we can add you to the Discord. It's really kind of redundant information between what's on the thread and a lot of the stuff we're talking about here, but it's just another channel that we use. And then we're also working on this Beltway 8 Alliance, which is something our team set up to talk with local teams. We kind of need to get this moving and talk more with like some of the local teams like Jersey Voltage, Belair, Audi, and see if we can get more discussion between our local teams on that type of Discord. Awards. So we talked about the Dean's List. We have 2 candidates that we need to nominate for Dean's List, and these have to be sophomores, so 10th, 11th grade. Those are the only ages that we can nominate, and we need to come up with our 2 candidates very soon here. So if you're interested in being one of those candidates, you need to come talk to us, and we're going to have to pick 2 for our entire team. That's all we get, and those will be the 2 candidates that get to discuss with the judges and whatnot. And if you get the honor, it's a very prestigious honor, and it's a very big deal for sure if you win a Dean's List award. Woody Flowers is for the mentors. We'll submit Woody Flowers essay, and then the Impact Award is kind of our main sustainability award that we talk about our whole team and our outreach and our efforts throughout the season. Everybody's welcome to join this group, and this will have a presentation team, essays, photos. So let us know if you want to be part of that. This is kind of the non-robot stuff that we have to do, and we have a deadline to submit all these essays in the next few weeks. To do activities. So I really want to encourage everyone to think about a non-robot task that they take on. So that could be procurement, it could be logo design, websites, awards. So if there's something that really jumps out at you, let me know. And I kind of want to update a spreadsheet of what people are working on. That's their specific task that they kind of do some individual effort on, and help make progress for the whole team. And then some other things that we need to do is just we got to order T-shirts. We have to update the Open Alliance. We have to buy more parts and kind of test out our tools, 3D printing, laser cutting. So we'll get into a lot of that as well. But that's just kind of a quick overview. I guess I got it under 15 minutes. And then I think from here, we'll probably break up our recording into like a more strategy discussion of the game. So I think we'll conclude one meeting here, unless anyone wants to talk about some of the information that was presented and kind of clarify a few things before we move over to strategy of the game itself. Okay, all right, well, then let me